Hey y'all, good evening. Thank you for joining me. We're going to be talking about St. Moses the Black, the new movie out on St. Moses. Wow, and I have seen the trailer. I had a hard time getting through the trailer because, it's quite violent, but let me explain that it's like a modern version of what it would be like for St. Moses the Black to be in today's type of society. And I'll show you that info, what the movie's about. And then I'm going to show you the trailer. If anybody has small kids, I don't know, I would not show them, have that on while they're around. But that's just me. I'm very sensitive to anything that's really any violence. So anyway, a very impactful trailer. The movie looks amazing. Okay, so it's a new film inspired by the life of St. Moses the Black, directed by Jelena Popovic, whose previous work, Man of God, yes, I saw that. I don't know if anybody else did. It was great. Told the story of St. Nectarius of Egina and won multiple awards. Is scheduled for theatrical releases across the United States from January 30th through February 5th. Okay. Moses the Black follows a Chicago gang leader named Malik, played by Omar Epps, whose story draws inspiration from the 4th century saint who transformed from a life of violence to become one of the early African saints of Christianity and a prominent figure among the Desert Fathers. The film explores themes of crime and redemption through a contemporary setting that parallels the historical saint's journey from violence to radical mercy. So according to Fathom Entertainment, his grandmother, a God-fearing woman who raised him, leaves Malik a small icon of St. Moses the Black, whose story begins to shadow him with visions he can't ignore, as rival gangs led by a ruthless leader, Quavo, and a corrupt cop, Cliff Chamberlain, close in, and with the streets edging toward all-out war, Malik must confront a past that refuses to let go, and the most dangerous threat of all, the enemy within. The cast includes multi-platinum recording artists Wiz Khalifa as 2WO Gree, I don't even know how to pronounce that, the head of Malik's crew, who engages in a power struggle with a rival gang leader named Straw, portrayed by Quavo. Chudwitty Iwuji plays the role of St. Moses the Black. Curtis 50 Cent Jackson serves as executive producer. So quite an amazing cast of characters here. The film features an original soundtrack executive produced by Wiz Khalifa with contributions from Quavo and other artists. According to Jackson, the film is raw, emotional, and powerful, centered on redemption and genuine transformation. Yes, it's definitely raw, it's definitely powerful, it's definitely emotional, and it's definitely violent. Now, I'm talking to an audience that probably doesn't have a problem with violence, so excuse me for continuing to bring this up. There is a couple of bad words in here, just to also give you a heads up if you have family with you, young ones, okay? So here it is.
Well, you're free now. What's stopping you from getting out?
My feet is my feet. I St. Moses the Black, the saint who was once a gang member.
He was a gangster. Oh yeah, the most feared gangster in the land of Egypt at that time.
He who lives by the sword shall die by the sword.
Good luck with that. Everybody know I ain't no rat. If you're gonna choose a battle, tough guy, choose the right one.
Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Oh my goodness. wow. Again, I had to look away at certain parts, but that's me. Extremely powerful. I mean, it kind of chokes me up at the end, just like the other two Orthodox movies did. But this, wow, this really socks you right in the gut. And it weaves in Orthodox, the Orthodox Saint, Saint Moses, the Orthodox faith, into a reality of gangs, which are present today, on how that works, and that's done seamlessly, amazingly, I must say. My son said it looked really, really good, but maybe he'll watch it with his friends. And I do think that it's important that it was done in a different type of way, because usually when we see saints, Orthodox saints stories, they're, from their time period and all that, which makes sense. But this was a little bit of a twist here to put it in to modern day on how it would look if Saint Moses was dealing with what he was dealing with today. And I love the way they did that. They did a really good job on that, because I think people can relate much easier to something that's present and that you can understand. You could really, this could be, and people experience this. It's not something that doesn't really happen, with these gangs in Chicago and all that. And so I thought it was brilliant that they went that route to try to figure out how to do this story. Kudos to them on that. The artistic work, the creativity was phenomenal, as far as I can tell. And so comes out January 30th and will be till February 5th. So anybody out there, check your local movie listings. Hopefully it'll be up there, and maybe not just Orthodox, but maybe others will also see this movie, and it will touch them, especially the mercy and redemptive part, which is so vital in the Orthodox faith. And I think it is represented well from what I can see in this trailer. Anyway, please share your thoughts on what you thought. What do you think by watching the trailer and the storyline? What you think about that? How they made it into modern times to, I think, relate. Share your thoughts. Thanks so much for watching.